if the bank transfers from person to person is still in there, then it means that, and the exemption at the last time I thought was that it was only corporates that were not going to be affected. If you are buying land from a friend, which is not a corporate, and you are sending money to them, 100,000, 1.5 of 100,000 is very significant. People would then have to find other ways in which this has to be done. So we need to bear that in mind, that in as much as government wants to be able to generate some revenue, the alternative and the enemy, which is cash, still exists, and is the thing that a lot of people know, and is the thing that people will fall back to naturally. So how do we do all of this? If we agree to do it, how do we do it in such a way that we don't mitigate it? The example of the Congo is a great one, because you see, cash out is the thing we want to disincentivize. So when you see the vice president talk about QR code and makes the example of the Wache person, where you are using a QR code to purchase it, it's because when the money gets onto the wallet, people should be able to keep it on the wallet, not just go cash it out, and still be able to use it. Because what that does is that it enhances traceability, enhances the information that the monetary policy people and the fiscal policy people can get to aid their planning. And I'm happy government has, taken out some of the merchant payments out, so that you then at the end of the day, when the merchant, that is a merchant SIM, then all transactions that are on that particular merchant SIM are turned over for the person. The person will just have to put his cost for you to determine the profit the person has made. And then you can apply corporate income tax, which is definitely more than 1.5%, and then be able to then tax at the point of profit, not production. So those are some of the things, the arguments we have made, that if we want to really make sure that the digital platform, which is becoming, is growing and growing, contributes also to taxation and all of that, let's do it in such a way that we don't roll back some of the great things that governments over the years have done in terms of our digitalization, and still be able to get some of the revenue, and not, make sure incentivize cash. So those for us are some of the challenges that currently exist. I know also that at the last conversation we had, as we were preparing our minds, waiting for Parliament to pass this particular law, GRA was agreeing that it was going to, instead of at the per person level, do a per wallet to start with, so that it makes it simpler to be able to implement. And so I'm hoping that's what we're going to do, so that in terms of if all the issues are sorted out and it has to be done, it can be done, it can be engineered in a simple manner, and then the complexities can be introduced as we go along.